Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Over Under. I'm your host, Harry the Greek, on 1252 Sports Chicago. Peter, how you doing tonight?
Doing great, buddy. It's been a long time since we've done this show together. I don't know if we could still do it.
Do what show?
This show right here. The
This
Over
one?
Under. Yeah, this one right here.
Who's over, who's under?
Right. I don't even know.
I'm
this,
over.
but- okay.
Okay.
I'm
You're
not
the
cool.
under, I'm the over.
Okay. Whatever you say there, host.
You see the host with the most.
Host with the most. That's you.
God.
Yes.
It's been a couple of weeks. I'll tell you what, everybody. I just want everybody to know, thank you for your thoughts and prayers. I'm going to be okay. For those of you guys that are out there watching, they understand.
Thank God
what
for that.
means. I want to go ahead and dedicate this show to my my loving brother, Louis. We lost my brother about a week ago, and the services were yesterday. And he was put to rest over at the Hellenic Cemetery. Of course, you know, it's got to be the Greek thing.
Sure.
Okay. Because there's only two people in this world. They're Greeks and people who want to be Greeks. Don't you understand that, Peter?
Yeah, I understand it. I
No,
get
but
it.
seriously,
I get
just-
it now being around you. All
Yeah.
these, what, 1 year now? I think it's been.
Well, I'm going to tell you what we're going to do. At the bottom of the screen, you're going to notice you got a question or a comment for the Greek. Repeat, dial 727-320-5866. That's 727-320-5866. And if you want to post a comment, we're going to go ahead and read it live on the air. And I'm telling you, it might even give us a different narrative to talk about. Tonight's going to be, I don't know, anything that we think about.
I mean, yeah, you got schedule release here locally. It's the Tampa Bay Lightning huge win last
How about
night.
that,
Forced game.
man? We're forcing a game 7.
Game
Did
7.
you know up to game 5, whoever was winning
Mhm.
at the end of the first period, Pete,
Yeah.
actually won the game?
Yep.
I don't know what happened in game 6 yet, but I know the Lightning had to win it.
Well,
Oh,
they blew a
Jesus.
2-0 lead, and then they blew another 2-0 lead last night. So it's been tough. And you got
I got some comments. Troy Polamalu says, wait, Sands of the Islands. Oh my God, Troy, seriously?
wow,
First.
Samoan Islands.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Roger Shue says, play that funk. Of course we're going to play that. Roger, how you doing, Roger? Thank you so much for tuning in. Roger Shue also says, damn it, Troy, go away. No. We love
we love Troy. We always
love
love
you too, Roger.
bunch of trolls.
Roger Shue says, I see you all day at work. I don't want to see you here.
That's I have no idea what he's talking about.
And he just a widow cutie.
I barely
pie.
ever see you at
Oh,
all, you
Jesus.
creep.
And Roger Seuss says Malaka Blake.
Yeah.
I agree 100%.
Yeah, that's it's gonna be your name when you make
Oh,
that bet.
and look who's coming.
Look at that.
Come here.
Look,
Come here. It's my little cat. Hold on. He's not in the screen yet.
you have something to say?
Turbo, come here, Turbo.
Turbo's like, nah, I'm good.
Nope, not yet. Turbo.
No, Turbo's good.
Oh, Turbo sees something.
Turbo sees food.
Turbo sees food. No, I think my sister-in-law sees food. Come here, Chong. Bring that cat around here. Oh, and there's Turbo. Hang on. Come over here, Chong. What do you got in your hands? Are those chopsticks?
Oh my god.
Oh no. I'd run if I were you. This could be dinner. Oh. Cat stew?
Orange
Cat
chicken.
sushi? No cat sushi.
And,
You have a question or comment for my sister-in-law, Chong? Call her Kelly. Don't ask me, but it's exactly what we're doing. I think he's enamored with the chopsticks. Now look at him. He's just playing.
trying to fight now. Go and fight. Let's see what you got. Come
Let's
on, Rocky.
fight. Begin.
Come begin. Flawless
All right, here, hang on.
victory.
Let's see if he's any good.
Oh, geez. You
Hey.
know, why didn't you have to do that?
Hi, Rick. Hang on. This is what we're gonna do. Leave my cat alone.
Yeah, you need to leave your
Oh,
cat alone.
No, this is no good.
Jesus. You're starting out early.
Troy Polamalu says, wrong guy, Roger Shue. I don't work at Burger King. Roger Shue also says, learn to spell. Put respect on my name.
You said Roger.
Roger Shoe says, talk Bandit football, Harry. LOL.
They're playing right
Who?
now.
Who am I going to talk about?
Tampa Bay Bandits 2-3.
Who are they?
Yeah, exactly. Well,
give me a
USFL.
break.
USFL
Stop.
football.
I'd rather watch grass grow.
Feel it.
Troy Polamalu says, poor kids who got drafted by the Jets against their will.
What is that all?
That's
What,
not-
what
'cause
was that?
He's taking a shot.
At who? Jacob?
Yeah.
The Jets did a good job with the draft
The
this
Jets
year.
had the best draft.
Probably did.
Oh, God. Roger Shoe says, looks like Troy's face.
Wow. Well, both of you
I
guys are in
think
the
he's
mood.
referring to Turbo's butt.
Well, that's astute at this point. It may be. Roger may be right about
Full
that.
disclosure, ladies and gentlemen, no cats were hurt during this segment. And my sister-in-law really did not eat the cat.
No,
Swear to you.
it's a good thing.
Just didn't do it.
No, we don't do that.
Oh,
we don't
God.
eat cats.
And says, no, it says, looks like Troy's face. I think these guys like each other secretly.
I do too. They're secret lovers.
Peter, did you see the Chicago Bears schedule this year?
I did see the Chicago Bears schedule, and this. Speaking of Malakas, Mr. Roger Shoe thinks that the Bears will actually have more wins than the Tampa Bay Buccaneers this year. Think I should bet them over under?
Ooh. Roger, I think you need to call into the show on that one. Seriously. Hey, by the way, like I said from before, you got a question or comment, make sure you go ahead and post it in the comments over there. We're going to go ahead and read it live on the air. Don't forget to hit the like button. And absolutely, please share this show. Put it on your page. Put it on a friend's page. Let them know about the over-under. We work very hard at doing this. You know,
Yeah, we kind of like some donations. Donate some money or something if you want to, or you just
I may need more cats, though.
Yeah, more cats. More cats. Yeah.
Bill, when you going home with Chung?
Especially when you got friends like Rick Hughes, right?
Oh, no more cats, Bill. Troy Polamalu says, where's Cowboy Big Mike? Oh, that's right, because Big Mike did have a cowboy hat on last week.
Oh, did he?
Dude, it was hilarious.
Was it?
It was hilarious.
Huh. Interesting.
I'm going to go over something with you.
Okay. Well, we're going to go down the schedule here and predict wins and losses.
Because
I just did on my Peter's Perspective the other day. A lot of people overreact.
Hold on. We got a caller coming in.
Oh, wow. Okay. Here we
Hi,
go.
caller. What's your name? Welcome to the Over-Under on 1252 Sports Chicago.
Hey, this is Roger.
Roger, how are you today, sir?
I'm good. How are you, my friend?
I'm getting gassed out over here. My brother's about 12 feet away from me.
What's
and ate
going
too
on?
much sushi, and he's
What's
killing
going
me
on,
in
you
here.
idiot?
Slap that malacca next to you. He's trying to out malacca to malacca.
Slap the malacca. Do you know what malacca means?
Yeah, I know what it means.
It's a very endearing word.
You know what it means? It's Roger Shoe in the dictionary. That's what it means. Because this guy right here thinks that the Bears are going to actually have more wins than the Bucks.
No.
That's what you said.
No,
Hold on, let
Peter.
Roger talk. He's the one who's calling.
The bet was that the Chicago Bears will win the NFC North this year.
Oh God. Okay, that's even worse. What are you talking about? How much did you smoke tonight?
Did you actually say,
Did you
here's
sniff
my-
glue or paint when you
here's
were a
my-
kid?
Roger, it's
Here's
puff,
my- here's-
pass.
I'm passing to you, Harry.
Okay.
Here's my thing. I will put up $100 cash money. The Bears win the NFC North, and I will let Harry hold the money, Peter.
I'll take it.
But
I'll take
seriously,
it.
Roger,
I'll double it. $200.
listen, I love the enthusiasm, but I'm asking you, why do you feel this way? I mean, what have they done? I mean, do you still think they're going to make some moves during the offseason and pick up
I
some
think-
interior alignment for the offense? Because I think the defense is going to be
They
fine.
will.
Okay.
Well,
I think they will. I'm just a homer. I can't help it. I don't know.
well, Travis Faley says bet you $200. So I'm going to take Travis's word because he's a big time Bears fan too. So that's how sure he is.
I think we're. I honestly.
So $200.
it's
You go with
all
two.
bravado.
Wait. You talk a lot.
No, Peter.
Let's
no,
get down to brass
I'll-
tacks.
Be nice
I'll-
to
No.
Roger.
I'm not going to be nice to you. $200 there, right?
No,
$200.
100.
200.
Peter,
What?
I don't want to take money away from your rent money.
Oh, please, please, son, please.
I don't want to take food out. Like
Let me not take your money because
Roger-
it will be easy money, my friend.
Roger, while
easy.
I have you on the line, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to read some of the games. And it's kind of ironic. I like part of this schedule for the Chicago Bears, ladies
do
and
too.
gentlemen, because I'm going to tell you right now, in the entire – first off, did you know that last year that the Chicago Bears didn't have a single time in their season where they had back-to-back road games or back-to-back home games. They were either on the road or at home. It's the first time I've ever seen that happen. I don't understand how the NFL could have got away with this. But this year, which I find really intriguing, is they are playing every home game in the month of December. There's not one road game. Ouch. I feel sorry for opposing teams that have to come in there, especially from dome teams. All right, let's start it out real quick, Roger, while I got you on the phone. The 49ers, game one at home.
Let me ask you this. Yeah. What do you think about the Bears having their bye week in week 14?
Oh, look at this. We got a brouhaha
that
going.
That could really work to their advantage if they stay healthy. Those bye weeks really, really come handy earlier in the year or just before mid-season because teams have a tendency of being healthy. Now, the Chicago Bears have a propensity of having a lot of injuries these past 4 years. That's a Leo word, by the way.
Very good.
Propensity.
Very good.
Propensity.
Yeah, propensity.
That's right.
You know, at times I could be very loquacious as well. Ooh, wow.
Very quick here. We got a little update. I'm going to give you this update.
Hold on. The Chicago White Sox.
Hold on. The White Sox. Hold on. The White Sox right now have bases loaded. This guy on third, I believe it's Donaldson, was trying to force Tim Anderson off third base, and now we've got the benches have cleared. I guess they're talking
Tim Anderson
about
just touched an ump.
I guess they're saying, look at this.
He's safe.
He's safe, but the guy's trying to push him off. He's trying to push him off of third base. It's just such a Bush League move.
Well, we're talking about the New York Yankees.
It's so Bush. It really is. But bases loaded, guy strikes out, gets gas, 100 miles an hour, right down the middle. Anderson's back safe, and then he's trying to get pushed off, and the umpire sees it. How can that not be grounds for trying to throw a player out?
Hey, I've got to take this call. We're going to have a segment from Prison Break Hot Takes, but you better make sure you call back. Okay, Roger?
Okay. I guess that's a...
Hello.
Hello. This is a prepaid call from an inmate at a Florida Department of Corrections institution. To accept this call, press 0. To refuse this call, hang up. Your current balance is $33.87. This call is from a correction facility and is subject to monitoring and recording. Thank you for using Global Tellink.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have another segment of Prison Break Hot Takes. Welcome to the Over-Under on 1252 Sports. I'm Harry DeGreek. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Hey, how's it going, Harry? My name is Mikey Carlett. I'm calling you from Florida Department of Corrections, located in Gulf Sea, Florida.
What's up, Mr. Ambition? How are you?
All right,
let's just call it like it is, Ambition.
How you guys doing, man? I'm doing phenomenal, first and foremost. And shout out to the whole Over-Under Nation. How's everybody doing out there tonight?
Doing great.
Yeah,
doing
really.
absolutely great here, man. Had some.
You're live with Harry DeGreek and the Rolex reporter himself, Mr. Peter Blake. How about that?
There you go.
What's on your mind? Are you want to talk a little basketball, which I'm not really too happy about? Maybe a little.
Let's get right into it, man. Let's get right into it. So
let's get into it.
Game 7 at Phoenix. Does Chris Paul finally get over the hump? What's going on?
You know what, Peter? I'm going to let you take that one.
I mean, I love the way Phoenix is playing right now. I mean,
really? They're going to Game 7. They've dominated so much.
I still
they're getting
think
their ass handed to them. In my opinion,
I still think they're going to win. I still like.
I'm going to tell you right now,
Phoenix.
the Phoenix Suns are going to go as far as Chris Paul is going to take them. And I'm going to tell you right now, from what I've watched, you can take this to the bank. This Greek doesn't pick out too many NBA games. If they squeeze by this series, bet them because they're going to continue to keep winning. They needed something like this because I'm going to tell you what, they're the best team in the West. Bar none. They're better than the Clippers. They're better than the Warriors. Bar none. Best team in the West.
Especially Devin Booker's healthy.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, you guys notice I didn't say anything about the Lakers, right?
Well, there's nothing to be talked about.
LeBron the chump is gone.
There's nothing to be said about LeBron James and the Lakers. I mean, and ESPN and every other network trying to talk about it all the time is just pointless. They're
trying to keep them relevant. But
they're not. They haven't been relevant. They're not relevant this year.
Let's give credit to who's still around, man. Let's give credit to who's still around. And Lucas put up a big fight. But I'm agreeing with you guys. I'm definitely going Phoenix all the way. They've had that chip on the shoulder from last year. They wasn't supposed to lose to Milwaukee. and they're proving it to everybody right now. And
But why are they
Chris is
struggling
taking it.
so much in this current series? I don't get this. They are by far the better team.
Mhm.
What is going on, and how did
Injuries.
this team how did this even get to game 7?
Injuries,
great
man.
question.
Chris went down early,
Yep.
and so did Booker.
Yep.
Those injuries get him every time.
That's it. That's it.
And this is not something new. This has been following Chris Paul since the Rockets, since Oklahoma. Any team he's been that since let's not forget Lob City with the Clippers. He's gotten there. He's taking them on his championship runs, but he's never healthy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I didn't actually think about it that way. What else in the NBA you want to talk about? Who else is out there you like?
I'm not even gonna lie. Giannis surprised me. I thought Boston would have wrapped this up a long time ago. And to go into Boston and win a critical Game 5, he did that. I got to give him his respect because I was one of them that was praying for his downfall.
Well, I got to tell you.
Why do I think it's going to be a rematch? Why do I think it's going to be
First off-
Phoenix versus Milwaukee?
What is Giannis's nickname?
The Greek Freak.
The Greek Freak.
The Greek
got
Freak.
it.
You love that, don't you?
You just keep saying it. The
Yep.
Greek Freak. For identifying
Freak.
reasons, because everybody has to be identified as something nowadays, right?
Oh, jeez.
I just want to be identified as the
Just
Greek,
shut
okay?
up. Just shut up. Don't go down that rabbit hole. Don't do it.
That's okay. My sister-in-law was just walking behind me holding my cat with chopsticks.
Well,
Okay? I mean, that's just, you want to talk about a rabbit hole. Okay?
My Big Fat Greek Wedding 3 starring Giannis, huh?
Yeah, my
About
big
that.
fat rack. Hey, you eat meat? Oh, don't worry. I cook lamb. Mr. Ambition, how you doing, sir? I'll tell you what, for people that don't know, Mr. Ambition has a couple more years left to go, has a great outlook on life, even though he's incarcerated in the Florida Department of Corrections. This gentleman right here probably knows more about the NBA, the NHL, well, not so much with the NHL and the NBA.
Then Roger Shue
And the
and
NFL.
Troy.
Oh, that's not nice. We like Roger Shue,
I'm
too.
serious. I'm just saying. Anybody's trying to bet me that the Bears are going to have more wins than the Bucks.
Mhm.
I think Ambition would agree. That's a pretty easy, safe bet to bet on the Bucks having more
Yeah,
wins than the
that's-
Bears,
that's-
right?
That's a no-brainer.
See, it's a no-brainer. Even he
Hey,
said it's a no-brainer.
Hey.
Sorry, I mean, I hate to tell you,
Nah, you
but
can keep your money with the White Sox. They're playing phenomenal ball right now. Keep your
No,
money
not
with the White
really.
Sox.
They're not playing that well. They're so
Bases-
banged up.
bases loaded
And
in
they
the
got
bottom of the
nothing
first,
in.
and they got absolutely nothing out of it.
Definitely drop the soap on that one.
Ugh.
Is this a segment of Don't Drop the Soap?
Oh, jeez.
Oh, my Lord.
Sorry to the White
Ambition.
Sox.
You know what? For the people that are out there that actually watch the show, this is a segment from Prison Break Hot Takes. This is a platform that not only do we talk about gambling, we talk about all different kinds of sports around the country with the National Football League, the NBA, the NHL, not the USFL, not women's WNBA.
What? We don't talk
no.
USFL on the
I-
show?
I don't
You,
wanna
no
talk.
love for the Tampa Bay Bandits or
I
any
couldn't
other
tell
teams
you
out
the
there?
12 teams or 6 teams or 4 teams that are in it.
Well,
Lord, do I really give a damn,
You got
Peter?
the Pittsburgh Maulers, who are known for chicken salad and pizza, making their players eat
The
chicken
who
salad.
Maulers?
The Pittsburgh Maulers.
Hey, that sounds like a gang in prison, doesn't it?
Maulers. The Maulers.
The
You-
Maulers.
The
Yeah.
Maulers.
The Maulers.
Now,
Yeah.
Ambition, how scared are you of the Maulers?
Maulers.
Definitely, but I'm terrified of Tampa Bay Bandits.
Well, there you go. Exactly. Bandit ball from the 80s. But
They sound like gang
but
names.
going back to that
Well,
Pittsburgh
no,
situation.
tell me the rest of these gang names in USFL. We got the Pittsburgh Maulers.
I'm trying to think
Tampa
now
Bay
because
Bandits, Birmingham Stallions. is it?
Stallions, yes.
Okay.
The New Jersey Generals. What is it? What is it? Philadelphia? I don't know. Philadelphia.
And you
I
want
guess
to talk
the executives
USFL?
and the
I
general managers-
don't even know all the teams at this point. I
guess
thought I
they-
did.
Yeah, I guess the executives and the general managers must have seen The Longest Yard, had an idea to parole a bunch of people who were
You know-
incarcerated and start a football league.
You went down that
New
rabbit
Orleans
hole.
Breakers,
Hold
there's
on,
one.
Hold on. He went down that rabbit hole.
He did.
Could you imagine a prison team Ambition? Okay. And do you remember the longest
Oh,
yard
man.
with the cheerleaders?
Oh God!
How many
Why?
how many of those people in prison would
Why
have been
did
the
you
cheerleaders?
have to
I had to
go
go down there. But it's funny.
Why?
But think about it. You remember that, right, Ambition?
Horrible.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'm sure there's a couple there that would make really good cheerleaders, wouldn't they?
Wouldn't they, huh?
Ambition. How much longer do you got left to go?
We got 8 more more years, man. It's gonna fly by.
8.
Two more presidents, man. 2 presidents.
2 more presidents. Over or under that a Republican wins the primary next time out? Over or under?
Some people would say this is not even a president, but that's neither here nor there.
Oh, I mean, this is Florida. That's definitely over.
Definitely over. Okay. All right. That's pretty cool. Again, this is your platform. We give you anything that
Hey,
you want to
look
talk
at the
about.
bright side. I mean, you got 8 years of not having to deal with the high cost of gas and also
You ready
place
for
of
this?
living.
Diesel is $5.50 a gallon.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I seen that today, and I was just like, wow, it's getting ridiculous. The formula shortage, it's pretty rough out there, man.
Yeah, but they're feeding everybody else though.
No, of
The
course.
formula's everywhere else,
Yeah,
but in the
everybody-
grocery
yeah,
stores. Let's go ahead and
they
talk
pop
about
up.
that.
Let's do that.
It's just
And
unreal.
I've got love for Ukraine, but all this money, we got our problems here, and we're just sending all this money to Ukraine. But what about here at home?
Yep.
That's my question.
That's it. That's how it always goes.
I'm going to go ahead and read some of these comments while you're here. Maybe
Please do.
someone's going to say something. Hey, if you got a question or a comment for the Greek or Pete or Mr. Ambition from the Florida DOC, go ahead and post it. We're going to read it live on the air, and I'm sure he's going to go ahead and answer your question. So go ahead and take care of it. Troy Polamalu says, where's Cowboy Big Mike? Cowboy Big Mike does not feel very well. Troy Polamalu says, Peter, want to open the fridge and make a sandwich? Really?
No.
I
I'm
have
good.
no idea what he's talking about.
No
David
idea.
Mosier says, so on opening day, do you think we're going to have a whole new kicking crew? Peter, I think he's talking about the Buccaneers.
I certainly think it's possible. There's going to be a lot of competition in preseason. It seems like, with the 4th round drafting Jake Kamada from Georgia, they want to move on from Bradley Pinion, making $2.9 million. And then on top of it, they were upset with Suckup last year and some of the missed kicks. So Jose Borregales could definitely have some competition.
Borregales. No, it's Borregales.
That's what I said.
Okay. What do you want? You're Sicilian.
I don't even know what you just said. Seriously. What's that have to do with anything?
It's the way you pronounce the names.
How did I say it?
You're a Malacca.
What? Shut up.
Is there an adult in the room?
Why don't you go get another co-host? I'm just joking.
No.
Love it, bro.
No. Ben Cornett says, bigger shocker in sports. Rich Strike winning the Kentucky Derby or the Bears winning the NFC North in 2022? That's a great question, Ben. But I will tell you this much. Rich Strike was a 2-day entry.
Bears.
You be quiet there.
Yeah, he's right, though. It is right. The Bears. Come on.
Rich Strike was 80-1.
I agree, but you need about 1,000 to 1 for the Bears to win the
You
NFC
did know I
North.
had him on top, right? I told you about it.
No, you didn't.
The horse that I needed to run, I played a super.
Really?
Okay, so if anybody out there, and I'm going to kind of lose some people because they don't know much about pari-mutuel wagering. It costs quite a bit of money. I wheeled the 10, first, second, and third. I needed the 14 or the 18 to run fourth. The 14 missed by a length. The super paid over $300,000. You understand? 2 yards after that finish, the 14 gets up. It was a photo for fourth. I knew I didn't get there because I'm watching it.
Right.
Missed. Seriously,
Ugh.
missed. Just missed. So my buddy who puts me up says, hey, you think we should just play the try? I says, why do you want to play the try? Because, at the end of the race, hindsight's 2020.
Of
It
course.
only paid $14,000 on a dollar. Are you kidding me?
Wow.
Yeah, how about that one? Troy Polamalu says, sign Darren Waller, cut overrated Gronk.
First, Darren Waller is not out there. He's not going to get traded from the Raiders, so not that crazy.
Ambition, just to let you know, these are some of the people that actually
Overrated is
make
Gronk.
comments. So they're saying that Rob Gronkowski is overrated.
God.
Right. Anybody who wins championships is overrated nowadays, I guess.
Yep. Ben Cornett says Suns will win Game 7, but they should have had the series with the Mavs over by no. Ben, I completely agree with you. By the way, Ben, thank you so much for tuning in tonight. It's always a pleasure to have you watching into the show and making a comment. Troy says, screw LaFlop, crybaby James. Absolutely.
That's actually a good comment by Troy. It's probably one of the only
I'm not a
comments he
LeBron
ever
James fan. You know, Ambition?
made.
One answer. I'm going to give you 5 seconds to answer it. You ready? Michael Jordan or LeBron
Do it.
James?
Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant.
Wow,
I
I love
agree.
it.
I agree
I
with them.
agree with them
I
right there.
completely agree with them.
Ben Cornett says Pittsburgh Maulers, they're sponsored by Macy's, Birmingham Stallions, and New Orleans Breakers are among the favorite teams among most of the correctional facilities around the country.
Well, I tell you right now, the Pittsburgh Mahler situation was ridiculous. They actually got rid of a player because the player did not want to eat chicken salad. He wanted pizza instead.
Troy Polamalu says, wrong, Peter. Noodles, cups, and honey bun prices are going up. My homies told me. Ambition, you carried a comment on that. Are honey buns going up, and is ramen noodles going up?
He's right, man. Inflation got it going bad out here. A cup of ramen noodles cost 89 cents.
Are you serious?
Still less than
One
gas
cup
out
of
here.
ramen,
All right,
ramen,
how much?
89
How much
cents.
is one loose cigarette? Not saying that you smoke, but allegedly, how much is a cigarette in prison?
Oh, they're up. They're
$30
$30.
for a single.
$30 for a loose cigarette, sir. They are up. Prices are up.
Wow.
You see, that's what diesel prices are doing. Keep voting these people in, and this is what happens. Even prices in prison go up.
This is what happens.
Hey,
Oh,
at
God.
least everybody's feelings are not hurt anymore. He's not tweeting out. The bad man isn't tweeting out
Who
anymore.
is it?
Well, you know what I'm talking about.
Roger?
No, I'm saying at least people's feelings aren't hurt anymore because the other guy is out of office. So nobody's
Yeah, we
feelings
can't
are hurt.
say that out loud. We have to
Yeah.
be politically correct.
Oh, yeah.
That's one thing we don't do.
Yeah.
We don't go down political lines.
No.
Troy Polamalu says, middle finger to the CEO. Oh God.
Yeah, he would never do that.
Hey, that's someone that loves you, Ambition. This is, he's giving a middle finger to the CEO over there, the turnkey. Hey,
Okay, here's a
Yo, I
terrible
got you.
comment.
I got you, Troy.
he's got you.
Here's a terrible comment right here.
Troy Polamalu said, nope. Troy Polamalu says Wilt Chamberlain was better than Michael Jordan.
Jor Fan.
Jor Fan.
Who's Jor
Oh,
Fan?
come on,
Who
Troy.
is that?
Come on, Troy. I just shouted you. I just shouted you out, Troy. Let's get it together.
Really? He just gave
Wilt?
you a
He
shout
shoots
out,
himself
Troy.
in the foot all the time. He's a masochist. I really think Troy's
He
a
is.
masochist.
Troy
Well, we
Polamalu
still
says
appreciate you, Troy. Thank you for tuning in, man.
I mean, what's I mean?
Troy Polamalu says a man once said he would pay $100 for a cigarette in jail. Oh God.
I
Roger
don't get
Shue
it.
says Ultra MAGA 2024. By no means.
Wow.
By no means are those opinions
You really want to
any-
open up that?
any responsibility
God.
or the thoughts of
Let's
15
just not.
Oh my God.
Jeez.
1252 Sports Chicago.
God.
Oh God. I got to put that back up here again. Are you serious, Roger? Ultra MAGA 2024. Oh God. Roger Shue says Troy has third grade education.
Well, you
Oh.
spelled Jordan Jor Fan.
Jor Fan?
Yeah.
Are you going to let him talk to you like that, Troy?
Jor Fan.
What else, Mr. Ambition? How's
Roger.
everything going? Talk to me again.
Everything's going good, man. But I really want to take this second, you know what I'm saying, just to speak to the nation, man, to everybody out there, under family. You know, I just want to start off by saying good night, you know, saying and good evening also. And this is your first time listening or tuning in. Welcome and thank you for the time and the support. But I like to take it a second about incarceration. You know, they always mention about me being incarcerated, but there's a lot of people out there that are incarcerated in their minds. And I just want to tell them that regardless if you're going through, you know, problems at work, problems at home, problems with a spouse, you know, you're going to get through it. You're going to be fine. We care for you. Keep going. Keep pushing. You know, we're all here for one thing we all have in common, which is sports. So your favorite team had to go through something to win a championship. The 04 Red Sox, the 2016 Cleveland Cavaliers, et cetera, the 07 Giants. They all went through something in order to be champions. You know what I'm saying? Adversity is always going to happen. Do not crumble. It's going to get better.
It's great stuff.
Wow.
2016 Cubs. This being a Chicago platform. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
That
Gotta
was,
mention them
let me
too.
tell you
Forget about
something.
them.
But at least the White Sox won their World Series quicker than the Cubs did.
Well, that's true.
You
That's
know.
true.
Because the good guys do wear black.
Shots fired. Shots fired.
Ouch.
Nah, let me tell you something. Ambition, that was really good.
Good stuff.
That was really good stuff. And that's why we do Prison Break Hot Takes. Anything else, Ambition?
I just want to thank you guys for your time, man. Everybody out there listening, I appreciate you guys. And again, tune in next week. We'll get it going some more.
You got it. Ambition, we love you, brother. Stay healthy. Keep
I
your head up.
appreciate
And what do
you.
I always
Have a
tell you?
good one.
What do I
Yeah.
always tell you?
Likewise, man.
Hey,
Same.
keep your bets
Hello,
low and your
Iris.
returns high, brother. You take care of yourself.
Yes, sir.
Win some suits. Be
right.
blessed, brother.
Later.
Take
All
care.
right. See you, Ambition. Good stuff, man.
Wow, that was
that guy's got he's got the right
on his
mindset.
shoulders.
Even with the stuff that he's been through, he's got a great mindset. So
Roger says, Troy Polamalu says, Roger stands with Biden.
Yeah.
Roger Shue says, love you, Harry. What's up, brother? Roger says, okay, no more political crap. Let's not jeopardize Harry's show. Absolutely.
Why are you going to cancel it?
No.
Yeah, I'm going to cancel the show. Right. Exactly.
Roger Shoe says, go Cubs, go Opa. I'll leave that comment up because of the Opa.
Opa.
Troy says, free my homie Ambition. The cat was the best guest.
Jeez. Thanks, Evan.
Troy says, as my saying goes, keep your bets high and your returns low. You know what? That will get you cut off my show.
Yes.
Don't do that one again. Do not do that one again.
Oh, yeah. What's he doing? What's he trying to do? He's trying to get blocked. He's trying to get blocked tonight. He can't even spell Michael Jordan right. Now, come on.
Okay.
Come on, Troy.
If you notice, Mr. Troy, right up underneath here where it says the Greek compete 47-22, that is the record in Major League Baseball this year with the picks. And out of those 47 wins, you ready? 41 are underdogs. 41. Pretty strong.
You're the man.
Nah,
You're killing it. Right now, though, it looks like the Yankees are killing it.
It's 4-0. It's got Vince Velasquez.
Yeah, well, he's been all over the plate, man. But
that's because he can't get a strike.
Well, that's what I'm saying, though, too. I mean, the strike zone is just ridiculous. I mean, this is the problem with baseball. A lot of baseball is umpires call their own strike zones.
Yeah.
So it dictates the way somebody pitches, and that's why you have so many runs right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got to pay the bills here.
So what
we're going to do is we're going to take about a 3-minute break. We're going to be right with you. We'll be right back.
Hello, this is Paul from Nick and Ivy Brewing Company. We are located at 1026 South State Street in historic downtown Lockport, Illinois. We are very excited to be partnering up with the Fat Mike Chicago Sports Show as well as the 1252 brand because we are one of the few Chicagoland breweries that embrace sports and sports culture. Come in for a fresh brewed beer made right here in Lockport while catching the game of your favorite team. Stay for the live music that we have booked every weekend. Or just come for a cozy atmosphere to enjoy a good conversation with a friend, loved one, or complete stranger. Nick and Ivy makes you feel right at home no matter what the occasion is. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook by searching for Nick and Ivy Brewing Company. Visit our website for our up-to-date tap list or to go shopping on our online store at nickivybrewing.com. That's Nikivy brewing.com. Come in today for a fresh brewed beer born and raised in Lockport, Illinois.
Hi, this is Kathy O'Connell at Coach's Corner, located at 8118 West 143rd Street in Orland Park. Our phone number is 708-364-1026. We are Orland Park's #1 sports bar. Come in for our wonderful beer menu and seltzers with a fully stocked bar. Watch a game, drink a beer, and try something off our amazing menu. We have everything to choose from: nachos, potato skins, and our house-made bar chips to start off with. Then try our tacos, burgers, and one of our delicious sandwiches. And don't leave without trying our famous jumbo wings. They do not disappoint. Coach's Corner. It will sure to become your local bar. Again, we are located at 8118 West 143rd Street in Orland Park. Come see us today.
Fozzie Football, are you ready, brother? Real football action on a glossy game surface played shuffle style. Slide a shuffle puck at pass or run targets, and a free mobile app keeps track of every game detail. Easy to learn, but this game of skill is difficult to master. Take care of the ball, or turnovers will kill your drive. The game is guaranteed to get your competitive fire burning, and it's perfectly sized to take anywhere. The park, a barbecue, your next tailgate, or fun at home on game nights. Fozzie Football is simply the best, most realistic and competitive game of football available anywhere. Add defense when your skill improves and take the game to the next level. The perfect mix of fast action and real football drama, where a last-second Hail Mary can break hearts or make champions.
Welcome back to the Over Under. Thank you for being patient. We had to take a little 3-minute segment for to pay a couple of bills for 1252 Sports.
Pretty good. I'm excited about all that.
Are you excited?
Yeah, I'm very
I
excited.
know
Are
a
you
lot of people are
excited?
excited. I'm very excited.
Who else
How
is
about
excited?
how about if we get back to the Chicago Bears schedule?
Sure, let's do it.
They start off at home against the 49ers.
Well, here's the thing. That looks like a tough team, but you kind of wonder what's the impact of Deebo Samuel. If he's not there in that offense, how much importance he is. But if he's holding out, who knows? I still think 49ers win that game, but
And then they go to Green Bay. Then they come home for the Texans.
yeah,
On the
that could
road
be
to-
possibly a
On
win.
the road to the Giants and the Vikings. At home against the Washington Commanders.
Hmm.
On the road to the New England Patriots on a Monday night game. At Dallas. At home versus the Dolphins. Then they have, a streak of very winnable games. The Lions,
Mm-hmm.
Atlanta, Jets, who's going to be a very much improved team. Then they play the Packers. Now they got a bye week in week 14.
That's kind of an advantage to have a later bye week, isn't it?
It depends on when their injuries really
Right.
take place.
Depends on it. It
Okay,
depends
I mean,
on if you're
honestly.
in the race too.
If they're completely out of it by then,
Seriously, looking at this schedule right now, and I kind of talked about this on my perspective on the sports web. A lot of people kind of get up in arms, going with the Bucks. The first 4 games they have, who do they have? Dallas. They have the Saints. They have Kansas City in there, Green Bay. I mean, people are saying 0-4, 2-2. I mean, honestly, how many?
wow. Guess
Another
what?
one?
Another one.
Wow. Okay.
Yellow.
All right.
We got to do it that
Hello,
way.
this is a prepaid call from
Ryan.
an inmate at a Florida Department of Corrections institution. To accept this call, press 0. Your current balance is $31.37.
Wow.
It's getting expensive.
This
It is
call
getting
from a
expensive.
correction facility and
You're
is
making that
subject
big
to
time money.
monitoring and recording. Thank you for using Global Tellink.
Welcome back to the Over Under. We have a segment again. Caller number 2 for Prison Break hot takes we have on the phone. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
It's RJ.
Hey, what's up, RJ? How you
are
doing, buddy?
What's going on? I'm doing good, guys. How are y'all?
Doing
Good.
really, really, really good. How's your day going, sir?
It's been blessed. I can't complain.
That's absolutely fantastic. What's on your mind tonight, RJ?
I'm just calling to see what you guys are on here talking about tonight. Who was the first caller y'all had?
We had Mr. Ambition on the phone from Gulf CI up there in the Panhandle.
Missed him. That's my boy.
Is it? I tell you what, he had a really good hot take tonight, and he was talking a little bit in regards in the NBA about the Phoenix Suns, and he wanted to know what my opinion and Peter's opinion was on what he thought about it. But I got to be honest with you, RJ, they should have put Dallas away already. I mean, to take him to 7 games, this is just unreal. But
They
don't,
definitely should have put him away already.
yeah, but don't be
Can't
fooled.
argue with that.
I mean, this team's only going to go as far as Chris Paul's going to take him. But let me tell you something. This is exactly what championship teams need. They need one real series that just scares the brakes off of them, and then they end up running the table. Because I'm going to tell you right now, my opinion, they're the best team in the West. Period.
Definitely.
What's your
Definitely.
thoughts?
I think they'll take care of him in 7 in the last game. It's going to be interesting to see if Golden State finishes Memphis off tonight with them two playing each other in the Western Conference. Because Golden State with Draymond, Clay, and Steph have never lost a playoff series outside of the finals when they play together. They're 16-0 in
Wow.
playoff
Listen to
series
this stat.
Yeah.
outside of the finals. I think they've lost 2 series in the finals, but they're 16-0 in playoff series when those 3 play together outside of the finals. So that's going to be a very interesting Western Conference Finals to watch. I think Phoenix is the better team. I think exactly like you said, they go as far as Chris Paul takes them. You see when Chris Paul gets, no points and fouls out of the game, how bad they are in the fourth quarter. And when he shows up and chooses, he kind of game manages games through 3 quarters, and then the fourth quarter comes and he takes over.
Right.
So they're definitely going to go as far as he takes them.
How different do you think
surprised,
this series would be if Morant were healthy, actually?
Yeah, that's a good question.
I mean, seriously.
Memphis, to be honest with you, Memphis should be up in that series. That's what's frustrating, really. If Ja doesn't miss that layup at the end of game one, if they don't let Steph go off in the fourth quarter and let them come back when they were up big on them, and what was that, game 4 or 5, the first game without Ja Morant. So they play better with Ja Morant, in my opinion. They play a completely different game. They play way more team ball without Ja. They're 21-6 this year, including the playoffs without Ja Morant.
Wow. It's true.
I think they were 20-5 in the regular season without him, and those weren't fluke games. They were games where they were playing more of the top 3-4 other teams in the West, and they played great without him. They're extremely deep, even though they're extremely young, and they trust each other without him out there. So
somebody actually said this, and I wanted to get your comment on it, that Morant won't be able to stay healthy throughout his career because his game is very reminiscent of a younger Derrick Rose. And you remember how great Rose was, but he was also reckless.
It's not fair, because then you can say the same thing, because Rose had a very similar game, in my opinion. He emulated an Allen Iverson. And Allen Iverson, for the most part, was a very consistent and a very healthy player. It's almost like someone trying to look into a crystal ball. And you'll have to agree with this, gentlemen. No one's really going to know. I mean, you could have someone that's been injured for 2-3 years in a row.
Sure.
And now he's labeled as the guy that just can't stay healthy.
But is it the fact of, is it his game? Should there, and I'll never say for a guy not to give 100%, but is there times where a guy should maybe, slow it down just a little bit so he doesn't get hurt?
What do you think?
Because he is a smallish guy. And you talk about Allen Iverson, he had some injuries and stuff like that. He was a warrior, but at the end of the day, 165 pounds, your body's going to take a beating in the NBA, even though it's a soft.
He was 165, and he was playing against teams
amazing
that would just knock the absolute brakes off.
He's one of the most underrated players in NBA history, in my opinion.
Are you ready?
He is.
I have him as a top 6 player of all time.
Look at what he did the year when he took him all the way to the finals.
I absolutely loved his game.
But what did they have with the 76ers?
Nothing. They had him.
They had him against the Lakers.
This team was unbelievable. I mean, it really was. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, if you have a question or comment, don't forget to, you can't make a call because right now we have Mr. RJ on from the Florida Department of Corrections doing a prison break hot take. If you have a comment, go ahead and post it. We're going to read it live on the air, maybe to give us a different narrative to talk about. I'm going to go ahead and read some of the comments, RJ, for us, okay? Roger Shue said he's Malacca. He's talking about Peter.
No, he's talking
Blake.
About Troy. That's who he's talking about.
I know, but I was just trying to say
well, you're just trying to stir it up.
Of course. I'm the chef of the shit soup. You know how that works.
Well, then there you go.
Ben Cornett says, Mr. Berg, you just sounded like Dirty Harry just now. Go ahead. Make my day.
Well, Clint Eastwood. There you go.
Yep. Roger Shue says, do Kane and Jonathan Taves retire as Blackhawks? I'm praying so. Harry, any hookup on some old style? I'm begging. For those of you that don't know what old style beer is down here, that's exactly what it is. It's a very common beer in the Midwest.
It's for old people?
Old people.
Yeah, Roger's old. You're old. I'm not. Hey, you want to stir it up? Yeah, stir it up. Let's stir it up. Let's do it. Come on. We haven't been here 2 weeks. Let's go.
Oh, God.
Let's go. Come on.
Oh,
God.
God. Troy Polamalu says, call female inmates. Roger wants their companionship.
Well, that's a good one. That's really actually nice. A good one. And there's like 110,000 for both of you guys to get on there on Facebook. How do I know? I don't know. I guess your sister told me.
Oh, God, stop.
Sorry.
Ben Cornett says, bigger question for the 49ers. Who will be the quarterback opening day? You know what? I'm going to let you take that, Mr. RJ. Who do you think is going to be the open day quarterback? Their sophomore who doesn't have really any kind of playing experience, or do you think that Jimmy Garoppolo will actually is under center? Which one and why?
If Garoppolo's there on the roster week 1, he starts week 1.
What do you think, Peter?
Listen, if he's on that roster, I wouldn't be surprised because first, he's still off injured, right? He's not fully healthy. On top of it, there's no assurance that Trey Lance is going to be the guy, even though they invested – a 3rd overall pick, which, by the way,
even in the Shanahan system.
Well, just going back to it should have been Mac Jones. Okay, I'm not going to sit here and pat myself on the back, but it should have been Mac Jones.
But it wasn't.
I can't argue with that.
So okay, but let me ask you. But let me ask you.
Oh God,
who's a better quarterback right now? Mac Jones. So the problem
because
is
he's playing in a system that
okay.
has to
So
throw
then
the ball
why?
5 yards down the field.
So then why isn't Trey Lance playing right now?
Because he's not better than Jimmy Garoppolo.
There you go. Then that right now is a problem because you invested a 3rd overall pick. So if you're going with this whole emphasis of, look, you draft a guy 3rd overall, you're going to play him, and then you're not playing him, what does that turn out to be? Jordan Love. That's a problem for me. Garoppolo should already be off this team. There's something there that nobody's talking about, but they should be talking about it.
What do you think?
Well, what kind of spoke volumes a little bit too is I can't remember what the date was exactly, but they took the huge cap hit already for him to go ahead and stay on the roster going into the new league year.
Right.
For
okay.
$20 million. So that right there was kind of spoke volumes that they definitively were not ready for Trey Lance to be out there week 1.
Right, and that's my problem. I mean, again, if you draft a guy 3rd overall, this is not for long.
It's a huge problem.
Right.
It's a huge problem.
I mean, I get it. It took Patrick Mahomes 2 seasons. Right.
All over
exactly. That's what it looks like to me. And that's the reason why you drafted Mac Jones, because he comes out of a pro-style offense out of Alabama, and he most likely fits in that Shanahan offense. And instead, you're trying to draft a guy that's an athlete, that's raw. Well, you draft a guy that's raw and an athlete, you've got to develop him. And in order to develop him, you got to get him the reps. And if you don't get him the reps, this is where you're at right now.
Here's my opinion. Okay.
Same.
Here's a Prison Break hot take from a guy who's free. Okay.
Okay.
Any player in the National Football League is really, really good at their craft because they made their 52-man roster. Okay. But players are also system type of players, no matter who you are.
Sure.
They're not a Dan Marino. There's very few Joe Montanas in this world, Johnny Unitas's and everything else. So when you draft a player, you are drafting them to be part of your system.
Correct.
The end.
Does he fit your system?
That's the problem.
Well, there you go.
So
but that's the thing. That this is where NFL scouts are overthinking this, Harry and RJ, because they're trying to draft athletes and thinking, well, you can't win with a prototypical drop back passer. That's how you win in this league. You have to throw from the pocket consistently. You can't be running all over the place. Ask Lamar Jackson. Yes, he's successful during the regular
Lamar
season,
Jackson's
but he's
not
done
the only
nothing
one.
in the postseason.
He's not the only one. You got the Arizona little Kyler Murray.
What's he doing now?
He's wanting 30, 40, or 50 million.
You going to give him that?
Hell no.
Okay, then.
Are you going to give him that, RJ?
They're going to give it to him. I wouldn't say I would, but
I mean, they're forced to give it to him now because, again, they drafted him high.
The difference is if Kyler can stand and throw in the pocket, Lamar Jackson cannot. This is the argument I get in with people in here all the time.
Right.
Right. Be careful. Don't argue in prison.
Especially, well, you debate. Let me rephrase.
There you go.
Debate. There you go.
A lot of these people in here are from down south Florida. They're Broward Day people. They're messed up about Lamar Jackson. They love him.
Of course they are.
He cannot stand in the pocket and throw the ball. Period. I don't care what you do. Now, when he gets outside of the pocket, and he's on the run, running outside the hash marks. Even if he's not trying to take off downfield, he can throw on the run.
Without question.
Sure, he can improvise, but here's the problem with him. He's gonna leave himself open for hits and injuries. This is why a lot of mobile quarterbacks these days don't make it that long because they suffer those type of injuries and put themselves.
We saw it last year.
Right.
We saw it last year.
Correct.
And to be honest with you, I honestly think Tyler Huntley. Here's something I'm going to throw out there that all of America will probably think I'm crazy on. I think Tyler Huntley is a better quarterback than Lamar Jackson.
Wow.
That's just me.
I don't know.
Hold on. Everybody, let me tell you something. There are two things I will never tell someone.
Mm-hmm.
I will never tell them anybody how to spend their money or what their opinion is, how they feel. I want why you feel that way, that Huntley is better than Lamar Jackson.
Huntley can get outside. He may not be as explosive as Lamar as far as taking off and running the ball and stuff, but he can do mostly some of the same aspects that Lamar does as far as getting out of the pocket and taking. He's not as explosive. He may not escape as well, but he can still get outside the pocket and run the ball and get down the field But at the same time, I watched him in the games that he filled in for Lamar Jackson.
I think his decision making's better.
Where his decision making is way better. He can stand in the pocket and he can make his read and go through 2, 3, 4 receivers when he has the time and make the proper throw. Lamar cannot do that.
Did you know that over 60% of the quarterbacks in the National Football League cannot get past their second read?
It doesn't surprise me at all.
No, seriously.
Listen, Michael.
Did you know that?
Right. I get it.
Michael Vick would have been the greatest quarterback of all time. You want to know what Michael Vick's problem was in Atlanta before everything with the dogfighting stuff? Michael Vick
More
never
dogfighting?
went and watched. Michael Vick, he never watched game film. He never went and watched game film and broke down defenses and learned how to read and dissect defenses. He was going out there and playing off of pure athletic ability every single week.
Correct. Well, let me tell you something. Correct. His athletic ability was second to none, in my opinion. You know what?
And that's why. Imagine if he doesn't ever get sent to prison, and imagine if he actually takes the time to learn how to dissect defense. He would have been the greatest quarterback of all time.
Yep. Let me ask you something. What did you think? And I don't think you're old enough to remember him. Do you remember a player by the name of Bo Jackson?
No, exactly. I mean, I did. I'm not. Am I old enough to watch him when he played in his career? No. Am I? But have I watched him in YouTube and stuff like that? Know who he is? Of course.
That is another player that never watched game film. Never picked up a weight. You talk about a beast.
That's amazing.
It was unbelievable. I mean, he's not Walter Payton. I mean, when the good Lord wanted to create a halfback, he chiseled the body and he said, "Here, Walter, take it."
Right.
He's, in my opinion, the best football player ever to suit in a set of cleats. But I'm going to tell you right now, the greatest athlete I've ever seen, Bo Jackson.
Bo Jackson, yeah.
I mean,
and when he
was
hurt himself
sick.
with the Raiders, but you know, he didn't have that much time. It's like 2 years.
I remember after his hip surgery.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to get off topic here for a second. This is pretty amazing. I was at a game in Chicago, and it was either his first or second at bat. He absolutely just crushed one. As a matter of fact, the ball's still going out of Comiskey.
Oh,
okay?
yeah. Oh, yeah.
And I remember there was a one game, and I think they were playing the Yankees, and he hit one to center field, kind of into right center. His leg was so bad in his hip that he got thrown out at first from the outfield. Just think about that.
Yeah.
And he hit for 30-plus home runs that year and had 100 RBIs. So it was really
what a
all or
shame.
nothing
Well,
for him.
what could have been? What could have been with him? Because he was in the
I remember,
small amount of time, the small body of work, he did some amazing things.
You know, RJ, you may want to look up a guy and a football player by the name of Brian Bosworth. Back then, this is all the back then. Steroids was running rampant in the 80s and in the 90s, you know, and people really didn't know how to test for it. And Brian Bosworth was this linebacker who had the real funky haircut. As a matter of fact, you might remember the movie. Ironically, it was that jail movie we were just talking about earlier. What was it called?
The Longest Yard.
The Longest Yard.
Yes.
Brian Bosworth was one of those films. And
he was a corrections officer.
He was considered to be one of the best, if not the best thing since sliced bread. He was supposed to be the next Dick Butkus coming into football.
Yep.
And there was a game when he was playing for the Seattle Seahawks and the Raiders, and Bo Jackson was running. You got to YouTube this. When I tell you it was the most anticipated game to see Bosworth against Bo.
Seattle versus the Raiders at the time,
and
which
it
is
wasn't
crazy.
It wasn't even Seattle versus the Raiders. It was Bo Jackson against Brian Bosworth. It was the most anticipated thing coming around. And I'll never forget it. The Red Sea opens up. They hand the ball to Bo Jackson, and here comes Brian Bosworth. And he's coming in with everything that he has. He got stoned, pushed backwards, and cleated right over the top of him.
Truck sticked.
And you never heard of Brian Bosworth again.
Nope.
On that conversation quick.
That was done. It was it.
It was it.
All that hype of him coming out of college.
I mean, there were collective gasps around the world going, what?
Exactly. That's
you know, his punky haircut, that disappeared.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not kidding you. He went away into the night. Great actor, though. But then he finally admitted
great
it was
actor.
steroids.
Was he a great actor? What did he star in?
Who was? I loved Brian Bosworth in some of those shows. Who was the left tackle that got drafted? Was it Indianapolis or was it Green Bay? No,
it was Green Bay.
No, it was Green Bay.
It was Green Bay, and he
name?
went to Indianapolis. It was Tony Mandrich.
Tony Mandrich.
Yes.
He was supposed to be like
the freak.
Yeah, he was
freak offensive lineman, all this
man,
speed.
No, not just that.
Right.
The guy was like 320 pounds. He bench pressed like 500, like 80 times.
Did it like Mike Mamula at the combine.
He would pick up the back of a Volkswagen and carry it on his back. I mean, the guy was just an absolute beast. And I was like, no, he never did steroids. Oh, he never did steroids.
Yeah.
Okay. He got into the National Football League where they knew they were testing. I was like, did he get skinnier?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they never even they had the double and triple team for him. The guy sucked.
Going back to the 49ers. Now you got Deebo Samuel, that situation. That's not going to help your offense out.
Is he still trying to force his way out of it?
He does not want to be there because of his usage. I mean, not only do you have a guy that
he came out
wants to
and said,
get paid.
I want to be used and that
it's
those jet sweeps and getting used as a running back and stuff like that. I don't want to be Patterson.
Exactly. It's not even the pay at that point. It's all the hits that he's taking. He doesn't want to be a part of that offense anymore.
Could you imagine Cordero Patterson in that system out there in 49?
Yes,
San Fran?
I could imagine it.
It would be better than Deebo. You know why? He's faster, bigger, and stronger.
You're probably right, but Deebo.
I am right.
Deebo is a beast,
but Deebo is younger. He's got younger legs. But I'm telling you, want to talk about bigger, faster, stronger?
Oh,
try Cordero Patterson. Because you know why he's a better player? Because he plays special teams as well.
Correct. He does. But
Seriously.
Here's the thing. Here's Deebo's point. He doesn't want to take those unnecessary hits, and he feels like, with all that being said, he just wants to be a wide receiver in the league.
I don't know. What do you think of this, RJ? I don't want to take those unnecessary hits, but you want to pay me $15 million a year? I'll let you.
No, buddy. You're not paying him $15 million a year. No,
20?
the market has been raised. It's over $20 million.
Okay, but let me ask you this. Would you play?
He's going to seek Tyreek Hill, Devontae Adams.
Exactly.
Okay,
that's the market.
Okay. RJ, would you take $15 million a year and let yourself get hit all you want? Because let me tell you something. I would be a pincushion for $15 million a year.
If I'm as good at the position, which I was a really good wide receiver, I can't say how I would have been getting used as a running back or getting put on jet sweeps and stuff. But if I was as good at it as Deebo Samuel, yeah, of course. But I mean, that's easy to say coming from our perspective, though. When you're already there and you know your value and your worth a little bit more.
Well, we don't know how many concussions he suffered, and we don't know how many hits he's taken. And I get it. I understand it. But a highly productive player for the 49ers, and that offense would definitely take a step back. And at the end of the day, I think a lot of people would like to be Ben Simmons.
We got to read some of these comments. Troy Polamalu says Browns 2023 Super Bowl champs. I think that's funny. Troy says Browns will be the new Patriots.
With Deshaun Watson, right?
Oh,
how many games is he going to be suspended for?
Buddy, I don't think Deshaun Watson sees the field this year.
I don't think he does either. And I'll tell you why. That's the reason why the Browns had the contract made the way it is. It's only $1 million guaranteed.
Yeah, of course.
Only $1 million guaranteed. So they know what's coming. Everybody's like, oh, the Browns don't expect Watson. Really? That's why they made the right.
He had the same lawyers as
England and Brady.
Right.
When Brady was suspended for them 4 games and restructured the contract. Yeah, he only loses what, $56,000.
Here's the thing. Think about this for a minute. They suspended Brady for 3 games for supposedly deflating a football, which they go back in years. They've come back because Mike Florio put out a book and said,
hang on, did Deshaun visit the same rub and tugs that Robert Kraft did?
I have no idea, man. You have to ask them.
No. It wasn't the same ones. I think what it was is that he got the same attorney.
It's just pathetic that the NFL hasn't already suspended him.
I don't know why they haven't done it yet. But then again,
he's not. Well, people say he's not guilty in the court of law. But again, if you're trying to protect the shield and there's that standard out there where
it'll be something like 8 games.
It should be.
It'll be something of like half. It'll be something like half the season.
Only 20.
Where it'll affect them. As far as their season goes,
right?
For violating the personal conduct policy and all that.
Right. I mean, it's not like it's 1 or 2 allegations. We're talking about 22 allegations at this point.
Yeah.
Right.
Troy Polamalu says DeSantis said he will give Tampa an NBA team.
Yeah, I think that's I think that's fake news again.
Roger Shue says, Harry, I got a question for you. How are you Harry the Greek with a last name Berg? I've always wanted to know. Hope you don't mind the question. No, Roger, I don't mind the question at all. I'm not going to answer you. I'm only kidding you. I'm half Greek, but I read, write, and speak fluently, Roger. Last name is Berg. Berg is a mountain in Norway. So I am Norwegian, French, and Greek. But the good side of me is, I don't know what the good side of me is. Part of my body says Norwegian, and the other part of me says Greek.
Well, I tell you right now, what you can do,
and hold on,
Roger can't.
I'm going to put everybody on pause for a second. The Mrs. Greek has something to say. My wife the Greek's wife just said I had to tell everybody what my mom's maiden name was. Moustakas. Is that better? You want me to be Harry Moustakas or Harry Bird?
What's a famous baseball player, right? Mike Moustakas.
Mike Moustakas.
Yes.
But again, I want to be...
You guys related?
Listen, I got to be identified as the Greek.
Okay, the Greek.
Okay. Everybody else gets their identification. I want to be identified as the Greek.
You as the Harry Greek.
There you go. You know what?
What?
How about Harry and a little Peter?
I gotta ask real quick. Do y'all know what's going on currently with Boston and Milwaukee?
Yeah, Milwaukee should win. They should beat them, in my opinion. Everybody's saying Boston's supposed to take away from them. You can't beat the Greek.
Can't beat the Greek. You can't beat them.
You can't. You can't.
No, I think honestly, Milwaukee is the best team in the NBA, and they're going to win a second straight NBA championship.
I think they are too.
And people are going to have to start talking, as they've been doing this year, that the Greek Freak is the best player in the NBA. Sorry, LeBron.
The best player. There's no.
Well,
there's
there
no
will be still people out there saying that LeBron James, with all his statistics, is still the best player in the NBA, and it's not true.
Troy Polamalu says LaMelo Hello is the best NBA player right now. Okay. Roger says, I know. Can we talk about passing of Bill Laimbeer?
Did he pass away?
Seriously.
Bill Laimbeer.
Really?
Check that.
I didn't know that.
Okay, give me. Okay. Bill Laimbeer, give me your favorite story, because I'll give you mine.
Bill Laimbeer? I don't have a favorite story. I don't like to speak ill of the dead, if truly he did pass, because I didn't like the way he played with Detroit. I thought he was a dirty player. But my favorite time is when Scottie Pippen just did a poster slam dunk right over the top of him and put his crotch right up in his neck and squeezed him and shook him a couple of times. And that caused like an open...
Bill Laimbeer was one of the most physical players, and I tell you right now, he could shoot.
If he played,
he was a dirty player, but
he was a dirty player. He could have played for the Raiders.
But he actually did have some talent offensively. But it was always Laimbeer and some of the things that he did.
Wow,
on the court and off
died.
Of it.
That's a shame.
Wow.
Ben Cornette says, "I'd rather have someone like Ja Morant give it."
John Morant.
I'm sorry,
Morant.
I can't see too well. John Morant give it every night instead of Garden in Philly, who only gives 10%.
Which would be who again? James Harden, who's up for a max deal. If Philly gives him a max deal, God, there should be an investigation.
How can they give him a max deal to a guy that travels on every play?
He is the most overrated player in the NBA. I don't care who you trade for him. He is awful. He's never played defense the last 5 years. Everybody talks about his offensive ability. He disappears in big games. He's disappeared in the postseason. I mean, why is this a shocking surprise?
And even his offensive ability diminished so much this year after that.
He's awful. He's awful.
He's not healthy.
There was a
awful.
At one point, outside of just him drawing fouls and getting to the free throw line and being the great 3-point shooter,
sounds like you hate him, like I hate
Despite
Donkey Kong
the fact that he travels every time he does it.
Well, I mean, everybody just just a bunch of mouth breathers and knuckle draggers talking about how great he is and how he's going to make the 76ers a championship team. I don't see it ever.
At one point, he was really, 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 really good at blowing past his first defender. He was like 89% in the league at blowing past his first defender.
After he took 3 steps.
Going after that hamstring injury that he had this year, going back when he was still in Brooklyn before the trade, and afterwards, he went from 89% all the way down to like 54% and being able to get by his first defender. And ever since he's gotten to Philly, teams have figured out all they got to do is sit on his left shoulder. And he has not been able to do a damn thing since he's been over there.
Well, then on top of it, Harry brings up a great point. He also had hamstring injuries, and I think his age has caught up with him. Father Time is undefeated, and at the end of the day, I've always thought he was one of the most overrated players. Everybody talked about how great he was. Defensively, he is terrible. Give me a guy that's going to give you everything you got on both ends of the ball, and that's what I think the NBA is missing. He doesn't have
Brooklyn won that trade by far.
Ben Simmons, he's a lazy sloth too. He has no business. Anybody who gives him any money at all should also be investigated.
I agree with you, but watch what happens with Brooklyn next year, despite me not wanting it to happen.
Ben Simmons,
I've been talking about the Nets the last 2 years, and they have absolutely underachieved.
Can I say something?
Sure.
They have, but they're going to be really good next year. He fits in great with them.
Is Kyrie Irving still on that team?
I'd like to make a comment about Ben Simmons.
If Kyrie's still there, they're going to be really good because all he's got to do is go out there and play the first team all defense.
They will never be any good because of a player like Kyrie Irving. He is selfish. He is he is completely overrated. He disappeared. Also, the only player they have on that team that's halfway decent is Kevin Durant. If you're depending on a guy like Kyrie Irving or Ben Simmons, please shoot me in the face.
Let me tell you something. Ben Simmons has all the talent in the world, but for some reason, he just hasn't really.
He's always been like this. He was like this in LSU. He quit.
It's never going to change.
Right.
This is another one that reminds me of like an Ezekiel Elliott.
Oh yeah. I mean, he's just.
You remember that, ladies and gentlemen? As I'm feeding myself.
Well,
okay.
He's a guy that's got his money and he's went home and he's quit. He quit on this team.
Let's
quit.
Let's go back to the comments.
Sure.
Roger Shue says old style is the king of beers. Christopher Cole. Hey, Chris. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. Hey, what's up, guys? Roger Shue says Bears win week 1. It's going to be a tough win, Roger. I love your enthusiasm. Roger Shue says, I'm sure Harry had a few old styles in high school. That was the first beer I ever tasted. Yeah, me too. I can still taste it.
40 years ago? For Roger?
What do you guys think about some of the schedule coming out for the NFL, some of the games this year?
I'm gonna get to that to you in a second. I want to tell you about it. Christopher Cole says Mac Jones is a mediocre mid-tier quarterback. Lance isn't even in any tier. That's because, and by the way, Chris, very good observation because you're correct. He is a mid-tier quarterback. He's mid to lower end because if you remember correctly, after week 10, he couldn't even find the broadside of a barn.
1 minute remaining.
Oh my God, we have 1 minute left. I'm so sorry, RJ. RJ, but ladies and gentlemen, for everybody that understands, there's only a 30-minute limit that someone can actually call. But RJ, it's your platform. Say hello to whoever you want. Give any kind of meaning you want. But this is your hot take from Prison Breaks.
This phone has a short in it, so it comes out. I can hear. The only hot take I have is everybody out there just stay blessed and continue to enjoy the sports that you enjoy watching and love, and be grateful for everything that you have in your life, and the things that you are struggling with or having issues with, lift them up to God, man. That's all you can do.
That was a really nice closing. RJ,
great stuff.
Thank you so much for calling into the Over Under, and remember, keep your bets low and your returns high.
I appreciate
RJ's great.
Talk to you next week.
I like him and Ambition.
Take care.
They're great.
We'll talk to you soon, man. Thank you so much for calling in.
Killing it.
Thank you for using
Wow, that was a pretty good call from him.
Killing it, man. Absolutely killing it. I didn't think we were going to spend a lot of the time talking NBA, but we did tonight. Amazing.
Christopher Cole says Mac Jones is a mid-tier quarterback, and Lance isn't even in any
Can
tier.
I handle this for a minute?
Sure, go right ahead.
Look, a rookie hits a rookie wall sometimes. Is Jones going to get better? I think he is, because Belichick is going to make sure he does get better, put a system around him. And that's the problem. Everybody's like, well, Jones is not a quarterback. He's not flashy. He doesn't have the athleticism. But once again, you can win in the National Football League when you've got a prototypical drop back passer like a Jones who knows an offense. So I would expect him to get better.
I think my sister-in-law wants to eat you.
Chopstick.
Chopstick? Chopsticks. Yeah. So
do you think the cat make good Garvey? No. Stu? No. What do you think he's gonna make?
Just stay home watching the house.
Just watch house?
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, my sister-in-law, Mr. Chung. When my whole family gets here, I'm going to make them go ahead and stand behind them and introduce everybody. They don't have to talk. They're a little camera shy, except for my cousin. I'm sorry, my sister-in-law. She absolutely loves it, which gives me more airtime than my wife does, who's saluting me with oh, honey, are you telling me I'm number one?
Is that the 5-finger salute she's giving you again?
No. She's telling me I'm number one.
Oh, well, there you go. Well, that's why you got to have a wife. Happy wife, happy life, right?
It's something like that, but I'm not going for
something. Coming from a single guy.
I'm not going. I'm going for it. I'm going for it here. That's it. Love you, honey.
Background. You're sleeping on the couch tonight. Oh, thank you. Yes,
she
the
makes
sushi was
sushi.
good.
Yes,
Sushi was great tonight.
Ben
By the way, can we put that out there that I don't just eat green beans and spinach now. I also eat sushi.
Yes,
sushi.
guys. I fed Peter Blake,
yes,
the Rolex reporter, something other than beef and potatoes. He had sushi this evening.
It was great.
Albeit it was cooked.
Yes.
He had grouper. He had shrimp.
Yes.
It had avocado and seaweed and rice. It was delicious. If you get a chance and you're down here in Florida, go to Jimmy's. It's right down here in Seminole, right off of Seminole Boulevard.
Sponsorship.
Ben Cornett says also some teams who are bad this year after year always go with trends when drafting. Go for the next this or the next that.
Correct. That's exactly right.
Wow, Ben's really bringing some knowledge. Troy Polamalu says, me and my law firm are talking to the judge to let my homie RJ out on parole. I wish you would have heard that one.
Law firm of what?
Law firm or nothing. Troy says Ryan Tannehill is a D-bag, not for wanting to help out with Malik Willis. He's scared to lose his job. I didn't hear about that.
Well,
but you know what? If that's
Tannehill,
true?
yeah, Tannehill basically went all not only Brett Favre but also Aaron Rodgers. It's not my job to help this guy out, which he is somewhat right because more than likely with the Titans drafting of Malik Willis, he'll basically take his job eventually. They'll develop him. There's a problem there. Tannehill is come back down to earth after earning that big time contract. So you don't draft a quarterback in the second or third round. I believe it's in the third round for Willis, and think that you're going to keep your job.
Project. I mean, I like the kid out of Pitt who went to Pittsburgh.
Oh, I agree. I know what you're talking about.
Troy Polamalu says they say Bo Jackson was overrated with the Raiders. I don't agree with it, but I will never tell you how to feel, Troy. You know, and you know, I've heard that as well. Troy says Marcus Allen, Bo Jackson.
Yeah, I think Marcus Allen was better. He's a better running back.
Well, this is not fair. Okay, Marcus Allen had a longer tenure.
Correct.
If Bo Jackson had stayed healthy, he would have broken every record in the National Football League. Period. He could catch the ball out of the backfield. He could run the ball out of the backfield. He could play special teams. Bro, he could play linebacker, tight end. I mean, he could play anything.
He was athletically.
Do you know how fast he was?
He was unbelievable.
Do you know how fast he was?
But what was he, 4.3, 4.4?
He was 4.4 speed.
Yes, I know. At 235?
Yeah.
230. But here's the thing. Marcus Allen was on the bench. They weren't using him. They traded him to Kansas City, and eventually Kansas City goes into the AFC Championship game with none other than Joe Montana.
Roger says the Boz was the man. Ben Cornett. Bosworth had a career turnaround with Dr. Pepper. Hadn't seen that big career turnaround since John Travolta did Pulp Fiction.
It's a good point.
Yeah, it is.
Because Who's Talking really killed his career, didn't it?
Roger Shue says Madriva had a great genetics.
Who?
Oh, never mind. Roger says Mandrich. Madriva.
Between him and Troy with the spelling tonight.
Thank you for answering. Ben Cornett says Celtics are up by 9 right now. Thanks, Ben.
Wow.
Roger Shue says Pete identifies as the head of lettuce.
Head of lettuce. Okay.
That's a good one.
Wow.
Ben Cornett says if Bob Lanier, it's Bob Lanier, thank God.
Oh,
I think that was Roger.
Great job. You guys with the reading comprehension tonight are
Bill
just
Lampier.
absolutely awful. How do you confuse those two, Roger Shue? Bob Lanier and Bill Lambier.
And again,
that's before my time. I'm sorry. I can't comment on it.
Comments from Harry DeGreek and Peter Blake, the Rolex reporter, and their comments are not in any way affiliated with 1252 Sports.
Oh, God. He's probably drinking
Roger
those
Shue
old
says
styles.
Bob Lanier passed. My bad.
My bad.
Ben Cornett, Peter. They'll give Harden a max because the GM, Daryl Morey, has always been in love with the guy. He'll ruin the Sixers like he has every other team he's been on.
Correct.
Great point.
Correct. And, Morey gets all this credit for trying to build the Rockets. What did the Rockets ever do when he did that with Harden and Howard? Absolutely nothing, and you don't learn from it. That's the problem. And you know who the fall guy is? No. Doc Rivers. More than likely, Doc Rivers is going to lose his job there.
They say he kept it.
Did he? For
That's
now.
what I'm hearing.
For now.
Roger Shue said he was 73. Christopher Cole, NBA's just for good for gambling. No, the referees would agree with that. The refs do agree with that.
Tim Donaghy?
Yep.
Called and wanted to say what you guys were talking about.
Ben Cornett says guys like Kyrie, Simmons, and Harden will force the NBA to make changes in the next collection of bargaining agreements.
They should.
Yep. Ben Cornett says Rangers got a goal, up 4-3 now in the Penguins with a minute left in the third period. Looks like a game 7 in the series.
The NHL right now is thriving because you have the Lightning and you have the Maple Leafs, you have Edmonton and LA. Now you have this series.
I wish Andrew Faubert was available.
And you got Carolina and Boston.
Because I'll tell you
I think he's watching right now.
Who? Andrew?
The big board, yeah.
The big board?
The big board is watching.
Big board, I'm going to go ahead and put the
He'll love to talk some hockey.
Listen, I want to ask your opinion about some hockey. If you have a second, go ahead and just hit the StreamYard if you can. And
Well, game 7 coming up here. So the Rangers.
I'd really like to
with
know
Penguins.
about that. Ben Cornett says Rangers with the open net goal. Game 7 coming up.
There you go.
1252 Sports. That's me doing this. Oh, Lord. Roger Shue says, go Leafs.
Yeah, and you thought
Toronto.
they were, by the way, you thought they were done last night. How'd that work out for you? Not too well, huh, buddy? Huh?
Eh?
Yeah, not
Eh?
no, not too well.
I know nothing.
Just like that bet. Just like that bet's not going to work out for you, bud. It's not going to work out.
You know, sometimes the air of arrogance, it smells so good coming off of you, Peter.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate it, guys, because you want to troll me, man. I'll put you underneath the bridge right where you belong.
I don't know.
You know, just
I don't
keep
know
on playing with me. Stir it up.
Stir it up.
Keep it up. Jeez. You're taking another commercial?
We're going to take another commercial break. We'll be back in 3 minutes.
Aussie football, are you ready, brother? Real football action on a glossy game surface played shuffle style. Slide a shuffle puck at pass or run targets, and a free mobile app keeps track of every game detail. Easy to learn, but this game of skill is difficult to master. Take care of the ball or turnovers will kill your drive. The game is guaranteed to get your competitive fire burning, and it's perfectly sized to take anywhere. The park, a barbecue, your next tailgate, or fun at home on game night. Aussie football is simply the best, most realistic and competitive game of football available anywhere. Add defense when your skill improves and take the game to the next level. The perfect mix of fast action and real football drama, where a last-second Hail Mary can break hearts or make champions.
Hello, this is Paul from Nick and Ivy Brewing Company. We are located at 1026 South State Street in historic downtown Lockport, Illinois. We are very excited to be partnering up with the Fat Mike Chicago Sports Show, as well as the 1252 brand, because we are one of the few Chicagoland breweries that embrace sports and sports culture. Come in for a fresh brewed beer made right here in Lockport while catching the game of your favorite team. Stay for the live music that we have booked every weekend, or just come for a cozy atmosphere to enjoy a good conversation with a friend, loved one, or complete stranger. Nick and Ivy makes you feel right at home no matter what the occasion is. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook by searching for Nick and Ivy Brewing Company. Visit our website for our up-to-date tap list or to go shopping on our online store at nickivybrewing.com. That's Nikivy brewing.com. Come in today for fresh brewed beer born and raised in Lockport, Illinois.
Welcome back to the Over Under. I'm your host, Harry the Greek. Time is 9:45 Eastern Time, 8:45 your time on Central Time in Chicago. With the Rolex reporter, Mr. Peter Blake from the Sports Web.
Yes, sir.
Well, we've had a lot of different topics. We've had 2 great phone calls from Prison Break Hot Takes. Those
Awesome.
are Florida DOC members.
Awesome.
DOCs meaning the Department of Corrections. Let's go back to the comments. David Mosier says, do you think that Tryon will start day 1? I guess that's for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Do you think he's going to start day 1?
I mean, for me, look, he has to, because you're getting rid of JPP. You draft him in the first round last year. He's got all the potential. He has to get better when it comes to the running game, but the sky's the limit. So I would expect big time contributions from JTS this year.
Absolutely, because I do think that Tryon will go ahead and do that. And wow, my 2 favorite nephews are coming in.
Nice.
They actually are. I'm going to go ahead and bring them around here.
Well, one's got a White Sox jersey on, so they knew how to come to the party here.
Well, they know the South. They know that they know that good guys only wear black.
Oh wow, look at this.
Here's my
look at this.
Here's my nephew. This is my godson, Max Paris. Godfather. The meteorologist out of Madison, Wisconsin.
How's the weather looking?
That's all right.
Lovely.
How's
Yeah,
the weather?
lovely.
This is nice.
Can I have the shirt
And this is Alex.
There he is.
And of course the good guys wear black.
There you go.
See, I actually come on when I got
See, it's a
kids.
family affair. It's all about the family, right?
It's all about. You know what?
It's all about family.
I think we ought to play that music.
No, please
You
don't.
want to play that funk?
No, please
Nope.
don't. No.
Let's get through some of these
No.
comments. We're going to go ahead and finish it off here. Ben Cornett says, great show, guys. Thanks, Ben, for tuning in. Roger Shue, Peter, love the picks of the house. I'll be there in the AM. Do not do that.
Oh, no, that's good. He's right. There is a moving situation going on. I'm going to look at that 4-bedroom house.
Okay. Christopher Cole,
Yes.
It's going to be a great game tomorrow night. Lightning have got to withstand the Leafs' initial serves, and the Leafs will get nervous. Peter, I tell you what, the entire family's here. We've been on the air for a little over an hour. The White Sox are losing 6-0. I have family down from Chicago.
Yes.
And Roger Shue says, Harry, let's get Pete to Chicago. I take him to the north side. You take him to the south side. You mean you want to drop him off in the south side?
Jeez, you know what, Roger? You were so cool when he said, let's take Pete to Chicago. You couldn't stop there, could you? You couldn't stop there. Creep.
Oh,
Love you,
Lord,
Raj.
oh, Lord, oh, Lord. Anyway, I'm not going to go ahead and give any picks out tonight because, honestly, all the games are already started. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Over Under. We're going to catch you next Friday night. It'll be 8:30 Central, 9:30 Eastern. Again, you can catch us on Peter's show.
Absolutely. The Sports Web, the evolution of sports talk television, Monday and Wednesday nights on I Love St. Pete and the Hub. Do 3 things for me in front of family. Bring your passion. Bring your excitement. Just don't bring any nonsense. I'm your host, Peter Blake.
Giving you something to talk about.
Good job.
And don't forget, remember, as Harry the Greek always says, keep your bets low and your returns high. Peter, have a really good evening.
Absolutely.
Thanks for tuning in.